BB851, turn right, heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
Flying from New York to Sydney without stopping received worldwide recognition, and Qantas were thrust into the spotlight. In the past 24 hours, their London to Sydney non-stop flight took place and touched down safely in Sydney. The catch is that neither of these flights actually were commercial flights, and therefore were not available for booking to the public, and nor were they actually fully full. Flying from London to Sydney is not something you see every day. In fact, the city of Canberra, as it was known, a Boeing 747 delivered to Qantas back in 1989, actually made a non-stop flight from London Heathrow to Sydney. That record-breaking flight took some 20 hours and 9 minutes, and was a total of 18,001 kilometres, or 9,720 nautical miles. For this London to Sydney flight, though, taking place in 2019, Qantas saw their latest Boeing 787-9, wearing the brand new Heritage Special livery, depart London Heathrow at 6 a.m. local time, having arrived the night before. The flight had roughly 50 people on board, with a mix of journalists, Qantas frequent flyers, crew and scientists, who were there to monitor the health of passengers and conduct sleeping tests and more. The flight is a part of the Project Sunrise trial flights taking place, which are enabling Qantas to research the flights prior to eventually a hopeful launch in the coming years, with either the Boeing 777-8 or the A350-1000. The jet landed in Sydney after flying for some 19 hours and 19 minutes. However, the 787-9 still had around 6,300 kilograms of fuel in its tanks. Now, if the plane wanted to keep flying to get to the limit, it could have actually flown for a further 1 hour and 45 minutes roughly. How does the 19-hour, 19-minute flight, though, compare to last month's New York to Sydney? Well, there's actually a difference of 3 minutes. Having this direct flight meant that if we were timing it with the QF1 and QF2 service, that stops at Singapore rather than going direct, it'd be roughly 2 hours quicker. We'll actually be getting onto my thoughts on that though next week in a new type of opinionated video I'll be looking at doing for you all, as it's a very interesting topic. I have a lot to say and I want to try and get it out in a video rather than just throwing it at the end of this video. To conclude though, the arrival of the 100th special livery on the 787 actually marks the beginning of the 100th birthday celebrations for Qantas, who, if you were unaware, turn 100 at the end of next year. Unfortunately though, I'll just add that Alan Joyce, the Qantas CEO, did provide us with an update regarding an order announcement for Project Sunrise, saying we may not actually hear news until early next year. Now, this is after we had the October estimation. That passed. We had the year-end announcement estimation, and that's looking like it will also pass. Of course, I would say share your thoughts, but if you would like to save them for the video coming next week, do feel free to wait on it. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching.